guys, welcome to my channel, Chantilly's Kitchen Hop, and I'm your host, CHANTILLY'S. And my channel is dedicated to gluten-free vegan recipes, sharing, and lifestyle. And today I have a really fun, yummy, delicious one. It's going to be good for Valentine's or anytime. We're doing cream-filled chocolates, so decadent, so yummy, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do 3 different types. So if you guys would like to learn how to make these, make sure you stick around. And if you like what I'm doing, hit that like button and subscribe. See you in a sec, guys. Bye. Hi guys, welcome to Chantilly's Kitchen Hop. I'm your host, CHANTILLY'S, and we're on episode number 39, if you can believe it. So I figured with Valentine's coming up, we would kind of get off of the healthy kick with New Year's and stuff, because sometimes it can be kind of hard to find vegan treats that are Valentine's themed or just vegan treats when you really want a chocolate. And we're even doing cream-filled chocolates today, and I'm going to show you guys 3 different types of flavors to do. So if you don't like one, don't have to do it, or like I'm going to do at the end, I'm going to make a bunch of different ones. So I'm really excited. These are not healthy, but they're yummy and delicious and actually really easy. The only really important thing that you guys might have to get is just some molds, and I have the silicone ones, so I found those seem to work pretty easy to pop out and stuff. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. So you can either do this in the microwave, but I don't really like using the microwave, and I didn't want the noise going on and stuff. So we're going to start with melting our chocolate, and we're going to do a half a cup either of chopped, if you have like a certain vegan chocolate bar that you like, or honestly, I love these Enjoy Life mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. They have just enough sweet to them so you don't need to add anything else. They're just absolutely delicious, and then with them being smaller, it's just a lot easier to melt them and work with them, and it seems like you get a little bit more chocolate when you put them in stuff. So let's go ahead. We're gonna just do our thing on like a low medium heat because you don't want to burn the chocolate. And then we're also gonna put a teaspoon of coconut oil in there with it. So let's get that. And that's actually just gonna help it from solidifying too fast on us, is why we're doing this one. So just go ahead and give this a good stir. Like I said, you don't want your chocolate burning. And also, like I said, you can do this part in the microwave, but I really don't like using microwaves that much. So, like I was telling my mom the other day, the only thing I use my microwave for is to heat up my coffee. But other than that, like, I really don't use it. And I'm a slow, bad coffee drinker, so it takes me a minute sometimes to drink it. And if you guys are going to do this in the microwave, only do it at 30-second intervals, and then you're going to want to stir it and then do it another 30 seconds. And honestly, it's probably only going to take about a minute or just a little bit over. So, and mine's already almost done in here. So I make sure it's nice and smooth, all melted. And I'm actually going to completely take this off the heat because I do not want to burn my chocolate. There's nothing worse if you've ever done that than burning your chocolate. You have to start all over, and then you just wasted chocolate. And just, I mean, that's kind of a sin, isn't it? So let me move the hot guy out of the way, and then we're just going to do that. And then I would recommend putting down a piece of parchment paper, wax paper, something for you to work with, because you're actually going to be, I'll show you in a sec, dumping out the extra chocolate. So you kind of need a safe place for it to go. Woo! And not spill the chocolate. I already have a couple done in this one. I didn't have extra molds, so ignore these guys because these are the ones that are already set that I'm going to show you in a sec. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take, a nice sized spoonful of our chocolate and just pour it in your mold. And then either using a spatula, or honestly, I just used my spoon. You just want to push it around, make sure it gets up on the edges and all around the bottom. And if you don't feel like there's enough in there, just go ahead and add some more, which I am just to be safe. And these are extra big molds, so these are going to make some really nice, good sized chocolate. So it's not just a one biter kind of chocolate. So We're just gonna spread those around. This part's pretty easy. It's just, I guess, a little meticulous because, I mean, I'm also trying not to be a super mess because you guys are watching me. Right, let's get some in that last one. And then this would actually make, if you had about 2 or 3 molds full, depending on how much layered chocolate and cream filling you're going to be putting in. So just be aware this is actually not necessarily a bigger recipe, but you will get quite a few in here. Okay, so give you guys an idea what I was talking about. So as you can see, I've pushed it like all around the edges. It's kind of all around the sides and stuff. And then all we really want to do next is we're going to flip it over, because we want all the extra stuff to leak out so we don't have some huge chunks of chocolate. This will make it a little bit more even, and you can get more cream filling in it this way too, so that's why this is important. And I just give them a little tap to kind of help the little extras come out. See how those are doing. Yeah, so give you guys an idea what I'm talking about with. So yeah, you guys can see what's going on. So we got all the extra chocolates that's kind of oozed out a little bit. And I think actually, if you look like you have any air bubbles, just tap it on the counter a tiny bit. I don't think I do, but I'm just going to do a little bit. And I'm going to actually flip them over just for a tad bit longer and give them another little tap. I'm going to make sure all the chocolate's moved around on the edges and where it should be. There we go. So as you can tell, a little bit more chocolate came out. So it's a little bit more even in there. The sides are definitely all done. Oh, got some chocolate on my hand. Better get it off. Then you're just going to pop this in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes just to get them hard. Like you guys can see on the other side, the ones that I already had done. If I wanted to, I could already start to peel them out, but we don't because I already have them all ready to go to show for you guys. So we would stick these in the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes. And then while we have that going, we'll make our cream fillings. Let me get this chocolate layer thing out of the way. How about we set it over here? Okay. So these are actually pretty easy fillings, and we're doing 3 different ones. So we're going to do a raspberry cream filling, we're doing a maple filling, and then we're doing a mint cream filling. So really easy. They're almost all the same, just a little bit of variance and stuff. So for each one, we're going to start with 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. And I should probably also tell you guys, if you're not going to do a bunch of different flavors for your chocolates, just double the recipe and stick with the one. But I did want to show you guys, and I wanted some different flavors on my chocolates. So just so we know that. So we're going to start with 3/4 cup sugar. And then, oh, I ended up forgetting a fork. Let me grab my fork. So we're going to start with the raspberry one. So we want to take about, 8 raspberries, 6. Even if you don't have any fresh raspberries, you could throw out some frozen, or even do about a tablespoon of raspberry jam if you want to. But we're just going to do some fresh ones in mine. And then super easy, just mash them up. Make sure they're good and mashed. And you could honestly do this in the bowl before you put in your powdered sugar, but I just wanted to already have that set up, so. Okay, so we got, like I said, about 8 raspberries. Just mash them up. And then we're going to do a tablespoon of softened vegan butter. Let me get that. I've had it sitting out on the counter, so it is very soft. If I can get it in there, there we go. And if you do want to keep these a little low fat, I'm not sure why you might want to, but you could definitely substitute some vegan milk instead of the butter, just so you guys know. And then we're also going to do a tablespoon of maple syrup. This way we're keeping it a little on the healthier side because we're not adding all sugars or corn syrups and stuff, so. Shouldn't really say on the healthy side, but maple syrup is a little bit better for you than regular. So then we're just going to give this a good stir. Pretty much we're just, see the powdered sugar go flying. We're just trying to make sure that there's no lumps of powdered sugar and stuff left in there. Wow, I'm really making a mess with my powdered sugar in this bowl. And I know it's going to be a little bit harder to tell if all your chunks are gone because the raspberry seeds, but just kind of eyeball it. And I've got some spoons. That was silly. Okay, so there's our raspberry one. Next we're going to do our maple one. So again, we have our 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, and then we're going to do a tablespoon of the vegan butter again. Make sure you get it all in there. Ah, it's still sticking to the knife. There we go. And then, I see if I can remember. 2 tablespoons of maple syrup in this one. And you might even end up wanting to do 3, just depending on for flavor and stuff, but we're going to start with 2. See if I can not get this everywhere this time. Okay, so I'm actually going to add an extra one to mine. Got syrups and everything everywhere because it's just not quite enough. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more in there. I think I'm going to switch to a fork too. For some reason with the powdered sugar, sometimes forks just do seem a little bit easier. And with this one, we're trying to make sure we don't want it too frosting-like, so that's why the maple syrup's kind of judgy. But this one is going to be a little bit thicker than the raspberry one, probably. Just trying to make sure we get all our lumps out. Should give it a little taste, make sure it's maple syrupy enough. Oh yeah, taste the maple in that, that's yummies. Let's give you guys a peek. So that's the maple one. Should probably let you look at the raspberry. We got the raspberry. And then last, we're gonna do a mint. I know some people, my husband hates mint cream stuff, so this one's all for me. Which there's nothing wrong with that, right? So 3/4 cup of powdered sugar again, and then we're doing a tablespoon of the vegan butter again. So that's what's kind of nice about these two. If you are going to do a couple of different flavors, they're almost all the same, so you don't have to have a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of different measuring cups. You just kind of know it's almost all about the same. And where was I at? So this one, we're actually going to do a tablespoon of vegan milk, and I'm doing an almond coconut blend by Silk today because I didn't have my regular one I usually get. We're just going to do about a tablespoon of that, and then we're going to do another tablespoon of maple syrup in this one. It's just a good liquid to add in there and stuff. It's better than corn syrup in my opinion. And then we're just going to put in, I actually have peppermint extract, so I'm going to put in a little bit of that. Probably, we're going to start with a little less than a teaspoon. Just add a little bit in there and then just kind of go from there. And depending on what brand you buy, they can all be, you know, a little different on flavor and stuff. So I don't want to tell you to put in a teaspoon and then you're like, holy crap, Jen, that was like so potent. It was really bad. So always start with a little bit when you're using the extracts, and you can always add more. I feel like I can smell mine pretty good, so it probably is good. Because I hadn't tried this brand yet, so I wasn't quite sure about it. Sure, we got all the lumps out because you want a nice, creamy, smooth filling when people bite into it. So let's see if it's minty enough. That's got a great flavor. Perfect. So for mine, it was about a teaspoon. Okay, so let's put these aside. Then we're going to get our mold out of the refrigerator because it should be ready. So we got the ones I did ahead of time for you guys. So you can tell that, I mean, they're hard. You can definitely tell that they're ready to go. So let's go ahead and show you how to get the cream filling in there and how to top them. So let's do the raspberry ones because honestly I feel like these are so good. I think these ones might be my favorite, but the mint ones were pretty dang good too. So it's definitely a debate. So we're just gonna get a little bit in the bag if it will not do like I just did and get it everywhere. That didn't quite work as well for me, did it? I seem to always make a pretty big mess with these if I don't use a cup, and I thought, gotta taste that too. I thought, oh, I don't need one today. I've been doing really good. I haven't spilt in a while, so, oops. I should probably keep that rag out because I know I'm gonna need it. And if you guys don't have little piping bags, you can always just use Ziploc bags, you know, fill them up and then pop the little tip off and stuff. And then we're just gonna squeeze this. You can definitely just spoon this into, but I do find it seems to be a little bit easier to pipe them in. We're just gonna fill the center, and you wanna leave enough room for the top and the sides to get filled with chocolate. So you definitely you're not going to the top of your mold. You wanna leave enough room. And then the more room you leave, obviously, you know, the thicker chocolate layer you're gonna have, so be aware of that, because I did one when I made these the other day that I was running out of filling, so I didn't put quite as much, and I noticed the bottom was a lot thicker than the rest of them, so just be aware of that. Let me get all this sticky stuff off my hand so I can kind of show you guys. Make a huge mess because I still have, so there's an idea of how much room we kind of have left in there. You could even do just probably a little bit more filling, but I wouldn't do too much more because you do, like I said, want to leave enough room to fill it with chocolate, and then we're going to be smoothing it out. Yeah. So if your chocolate isn't still hot, go ahead and warm it back up, but mine is still good, so I'm just going to show you guys. So we're just actually, make sure everybody can see me. Wow, I am making a huge mess today. Chocolate everywhere. I got raspberry filling everywhere. Dog's going to be very happy to see me in a little bit. All right, so we're actually just going to drizzle the chocolate right on top of this. We're not going to cool it or anything. And then just, you know, I kind of smooth it around so we're definitely getting it over the cream filling and stuff. And then at this point, don't worry about overfilling the molds because we are going to take a butter knife, or if you have a cake knife, we're going to smooth them out. So I probably would go a little too much than not enough at this point would be smarter. So I'll show you on this one too. I'm not talking much during this part because for some reason it seems very difficult. I don't know if you guys do that, like when you're trying to find somewhere in the car, do you turn the radio down because for some reason it's going to help? I do. Alright, so we've drizzled it all on top. It looks kind of like a mess, but all we're going to do is we're going to take, if you have a cake spatula or something like that, we're going to get that piece of parchment paper back to you because we do need somewhere to push this extra chocolate onto. And then also if you do want to recycle, or maybe if you got kids or a husband or somebody around, they can definitely just lick all the chocolate off of the parchment paper. So I am one for, we don't waste chocolate. So you guys can see, you just do a nice smooth pass over it. You're not pushing or anything, you're just making a nice even swipe right across. And this will also help to make sure that you don't get as many funky edges and stuff. So, and parchment paper will help with the mess that will be coming. Let's give you guys an idea. That would have been all over my counter. So I definitely would recommend parchment. And then if you have any bubbles, just tap them in the counter just a little bit, which I know will be a little bit harder because they are kind of heavy. But I see I got like one, so we're just gonna tap it. And if I cannot spill these, give you guys an idea of what it looks like. Yeah, that's pretty dangerous right there. So kind of an idea. I know that I can see them moving around. They're not really staying in there, so I'm not gonna chance that part anymore. So after you guys get them topped and stuff like that, pop them back in the fridge for about another 10 to 15 minutes, just long enough for them to get hard. And then you're going to take out your mold, and if they're the hard ones, just tap them out. And the silicone, you'll just place them down and just bend them around it. They pop out really, really easy if you've never used the silicone. I've just started using them and stuff, and I really like them. They actually seem to cook stuff a little bit more even if you do cupcakes and stuff in them. So that's just my little thing on that. So, and then you guys will end up with fun. Oh, they're getting a little soft. They've been by the heat. Really fun, yummy, delicious, cream-filled chocolates. Oh my god, these are melting because they were by the heater. So good though. So, and then you guys, like I said, we got the maple and the mint ones too. You could do a strawberry instead of the raspberry. Instead of the maple, you could even do like orange flavor if you just want to do some orange extract in there, or even, you know, just a little bit of orange juice. So you could definitely play around with these cream-filled chocolates, really have some fun. You could get some really fun molds. They don't have to be Valentine's themed and stuff. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that. And then you could even, should probably tell you too, drizzle them afterwards with some white chocolate, extra chocolate, sprinkles. You can do all sorts of fun stuff there. So I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like I said, I know it's not on the healthier side, but these are so, so delicious. I really hope you make them. And if anybody is looking for packages of these to get their Valentine's who is vegan, or you would just like something new, I definitely will have these available before Valentine's. So if you guys are interested, just send me a DM, let me know how many you might want and flavors and stuff. So thought I would definitely let you guys know about that. And also still got stickers and magnets available, so if you guys would like those too, just send me a DM. And hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye guys!